Titanic, the movie the movie that was in 1997, to this day has made over 1.8 billion dollars and has been number 1 in the box office. The game for the Wii and the Nintendo DS, I'm going to review the Wii version. Hidden Mysteries Titanic brings the player into the Titanic from boarding to the sinking of the ship, and from the first class to the boiler room. Although you don't really play as Rose or Jack like in the movie, the developers, they bring you into a story of a new character, new family, everything, and you play as Margaret, who is basically just like Rose. She's married, first class, and she's really, really curious, roaming around the ship and shit. Basically, you meet the crew members, the passengers, and this one little kid, George. George is the most annoying kid I've ever seen in the game. Well, not in every game, but one of the most annoying kids. His accent is just too annoying. The story really didn't appeal much. Although the story is the same as the movie, with the sinking ship, it really wasn't that appealing in the game compared to the movie. The game, you didn't really feel like you were actually into the characters and stuff. Half time I didn't even know I was playing as Margaret. Their story really wasn't that good. The graphics in this game is basically only pictures. It's a point and click game. It's a mystery game where you just point and click. The cutscenes, although they're short, they're very well done, and there's not that many of them though. They do look amazing. The gameplay graphics are, as I said before, they're only pictures. So basically just leave it at that. There's really not much you can do with graphics inside a picture, so of course it looked good if it was a picture. But it still looks great. The gameplay, as I said before, it's a point and click game, which to me really isn't so bad because the game is filled with puzzles. It's mostly a puzzle game, and if you can't solve some of them, there's a hint button and a skip button. The skip button only works for the puzzles though, like where you have to find objects and maybe some mini games, like an axe to a door or moving the thing with the Wiimote, moving a wheel and shit. The hints, they only work with the story mode stuff, like when you're walking around the ship. Well, not really walking, you're just checking out pictures of the ship and you gotta click stuff. It would circle around what you need to click to help you get back to where you were in case you forgot. If you haven't played in a while, like just took a long break. But there's a ton of puzzles, mazes, and levels to enjoy. Most of the talking though could be like a really big bore fest, but luckily you could skip it though, so yeah. The game does have its fun parts, but it also has its boring parts. But I actually did have fun with the game in the beginning, but after a while it was starting to get boring, but then fun again. But as I said, it was getting boring, so it's really just like 10 minutes you would enjoy it, maybe 20. Because it's basically the same thing over and over again, but with different rooms. The game was only 3 hours long, maybe less. I took my time with it. But you'd play it once, and then it would just collect dust. There's really no unlockables. The only thing that you unlock is a bonus, which is only 3 minutes long. And you basically explore the sunken ship, but it's only 4 rooms that you explore. And you try to make it look normal again, like how it would look back in 1912. I think it said it's 75 years later, I believe. Yeah, that's basically the only replay value in it. There's multiple endings, but you wouldn't want to go through the game more than once because it's the same exact thing, same puzzles, everything. So you're gonna know everything anyway. But the ending is determined by basically how you said things to other people in the game. There's only 2 options when you say stuff back, and that only happens like early in the beginning during the boarding, and once at the ending when you have to choose either your mom to go with to help your mom or to help your husband, but they both end up with you, just like, well, not really just like the movie because everyone dies except for a few people. Titanic had its fun times, but the game really just doesn't have much to it instead of just the puzzles and nice looking cutscenes. There's really no replay value, and the game is just way too short, so that's really nothing good about it except maybe for the fun times, like 20 minutes worth of it.